תודה לאריה. אני אדבר קצת בעברית. דודי זוסמן היה קצין בחיל האוויר בענף חלל, שם הכרנו לפני 17 שנה בערך. אחר כך הוא השתחרר והלך לעבוד בחלל תקשורת כראש תכנית, ועבד אצל אריה תקופה מסוימת. היום דודי עובד ב-Sky and Space Global, עוד חברה בריטית שנוסדה על ידי ישראלים, והם בונים קונסטלציה של אבני תקשורת, מאוד מעניין. דודי כאן? כן. קבלו את דודי.
תודה. בסדר, עברנו את זה. Hello, everyone. I'm David. Thanks for introducing me. I will enjoy the next 10 minutes with you, showing you my take on what's a startup in the communication space should do in order to see what he can do in this business. And then I will show how we did it, how we find a way to find the niche and to succeed in it. So first I would like to map for you the communication business as it is, as it was recently, how it's evolved to what it's now, and what we should see in the future. And this will help us to see what else can be done on this business, very exciting business. So, sorry for the, let's go. So I mapped the orbits, or the services, or the bandwidth, and the band and the spectrum that you can use. So actually, up until recently, this was the charted areas. Okay, it looks impressive, but actually it lacks a lot of uncharted areas that we are in the process of charting. Yeah. So for example, we how we use that? Never mind. So we are using geosatellite mainly for television, some for data, transponder capacity, and CNKU. And you can see, well, the geostationary orbit is packed with about 400 satellites. This is the main business. Actually, if I look at all the presentations till now, they together may be about 5 or 10, maybe 15% of the space industry. This industry is about 80 or 85% of the revenues per year. So communications is the main business today in space, if you haven't knew that. We don't have nice pictures, but we have a lot of capacity. So what we've seen in the last 10 years is that companies try to find a way out of the scarcity of frequencies. Yes, the scarcity of frequencies forced actually companies to find different ways. So Ka band was starting to be used for the first time. They are reuse the capacity, reuse the spectrum in order to make broadband in multispots. And they're going to MEO, the medium Earth orbit, instead of GEO. And there's still the small LEO business that it is currently. So a few examples. KASat is a satellite which takes 1 gigahertz of spectrum and actually comes to about 20 gigahertz with the reuse of spectrum. So that's a way to go out from the box. Another nice example is O3b, which accounts for over 3 billion. So this company actually said, we are going to provide internet for the 3 billion who doesn't have it. And they're using the orbit, which was seen as useless for communication, MEO, and they are doing it with KA. So this is another example. This is already established, this business. So in the last 10 years, we've seen the business growing to chart more areas. We are going to see some more of these examples. For example, Viasat is going to have an high throughput satellite built in space to cover the world in broadband. Broadband is high capacity internet, okay? And Inmarsat is moving from S-band for narrowband to Ka-band and broadband. So this is only a few examples to show what happened in this business. And what we actually see here, this is the very old presentation, guys. Sorry. I can use it, but it's not useful for the crowd. So if you can exchange, that would be nice. So what is actually happening is that we are going to chart the whole areas. So we are going to use LEO for data, for broadband in KA, and we're going to use S-band for transponders in GEO, for example. So this map of the communication arena is going to be very exciting. So let's look at a few examples. Any help here, guys? No? Okay, thanks. So the exciting stuff is going to happen in the next few years. Names like SpaceX, Samsung, Boeing, and OneWeb are going to provide a lot of satellites in LEO. So this is OneWeb, for example, which is almost fully funded. About $1.5 billion are already funded. And they're going to have production of satellites. This is also something which is quite new. Production of a lot of satellite all the time. And, okay, some help here? What's happening? Give me a second. Yeah, I think, yeah, okay, thanks. So, so let me talk about these guys first. So Iridium, which is currently working in LEO and has 66 satellites in space, are going to Iridium Next. They're going to provide broadband from LEO. Telesat, a geosatellite operator, is going to also have LEO constellation, laser light space cables, new entrants. And LeoSat, also a new entrant, already signed a contract with another geosatellite, JSAT, which is Japanese. So, and the really exciting stuff is going to happen on these guys, the mega constellations, if you haven't heard about them. So OneWeb and SpaceX, 4,500 satellites, Samsung the same, and Boeing. 5,000 satellites per company. What are the implications for the space debris, for the orbiting, for whatever? And I'll speak about this more. So, so what we've done in Sky and Space, we're not going to compete with these guys, right? So we looked at, okay, who needs internet? So this is the map of the internet capacity worldwide. So we're not going to provide nothing to Europe and nothing to the US, right? So, and we looked at another map. Where are the people on Earth? So this is the map of the population, and you see here who are the people, and many people who doesn't have internet, or have it, but they are not high class, they are lower class, lower income, so they cannot afford what Inmarsat or Iridium or OneWeb will provide them. They would like to have communications for the first time in their life and not to pay a mortgage for that, yes? So we mapped where are the people who need the capacity and can afford only a fraction of the price. And what we've done is we cannot afford also a global constellation of thousands of satellites. We want to do something quick, not dirty, something quick that will work and provide these people communications for the first time in their life. So we are going to have an equatorial constellation of only 200, 250 satellites, and we're going to use nanosatellites for that. So this is Kind Space Global. This is what we do. We will provide communications anytime, anywhere, and affordable in affordable cost. And so let's come to the end. So what's my takes for the startup who wants to tap into the communication market? So the map is already charted quite fully, but I invite you to look at other options that others haven't looked at yet. So let's say, let's do a constellation in MEO, broadband with C-band. I don't know. Okay? And let's look also on other stuff that you can do. So my 2 cents for startup teams. First, don't go where the others are going. They have the money and they have the know-how, so don't go there. Go for the niches. You can provide services for the mega constellations. You can provide in-orbit service, like Arya is doing with Effective Space. You can deorbit the hundreds of satellites that will go out of fuel each year. You can refuel them. You can boost or reboost the orbit, not to let them deorbit themselves. You can sell hosted payloads. So if these satellites have more capacity on mass or volume on them, you can maybe sell capacity for Planet or for others who can use this extra mass or volume. You can provide software systems like network management systems for this. These are huge networks that are going to work in space. So you can provide service. You can provide verticals for this mega constellation launch. These constellations will have to have a lot of launchers with small capacity, not the big ones. You can raise the operational orbit. You can build ground terminals. Okay, if any of you will want to use these networks, you will have to have a ground terminal, a ground device. So this is huge business that you can tap into right now. 3D printers for manufacturers. This is also a hot topic. You can resell bandwidth. Okay, these constellations will have to sell the bandwidth to billions of people. Who will do this reselling of bandwidth? So maybe you can do it. Create machine-to-machine Internet of Things, cloud networks for the people. So this is just a few examples of what you can do. And that's my take on what you all could do tomorrow in order to found a new startup in the communications business in space. And thank you very much.
תודה רבה, דודי. תודה רבה.